Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. Today we question the answer, which tool battery is best? I would say first and foremost, define best. Now, fellas have been asking me to sending me links to Project Farm. Here, it's a fella I really enjoy watching. I wouldn't say shit if he had a mouthful of it. You know, a tool review, what you can watch in the comfort of your great Nana's hacienda, and she ain't gonna get her knickers in or not. I'll put a link down in his doobly-doo to his video, and it's a fan. He puts a ton of work into his videos, and it shows. The algorithm loves that shit. He gets tons of views. Here's the beauty of it, is a rising tide lifts all the boats. So if people are coming in looking at it, it helps everybody out. Different strokes for different folks and so forth, but one of the things that strikes me is the most important criteria for a best is longevity, and that really wasn't touched on. You can change different cells and so forth, but the build quality really affects how long the battery is going to last. And here's why I've always been very reticent to call something best or rank certain tools. My usage case is different than your usage case. It's different. You know, somebody with a Cryobi bunch of tools might love it. They'll last forever because very light duty or very ginger carefuling with them. Or somebody with a fleet of, I was going to say Scratchies, but the Hiltis. They might hate the Jesus things because the service rep never comes around. You know, there's all kinds of different modus operandi. So I don't like to rank best. However, having looked at all of the inwards of these tools, I know precisely 9 times out of 10 which battery is better and which one is going to last you, me, and the other fella makes 3 the longest time. The other fella being the devil is in the details. The DeWalt, don't like them. The 60 volt to 20 volt, more things to go wrong, and also when you work these hard, you put them on the charger and they charge at 20 volts, you're using it at 60 volts. There's some internal switching in there. If there's any imbalance in the cells, battery dead, gonzo. Speaking of gonzo batteries, is the Makita. If they are under voltage 3 times, now the battery protection is on the battery. So if they are under voltage 3 times in a row, they're garbage. It doesn't matter how. So if you run them hard in the heat and then it gets cold, you put them on the charger and that voltage has dropped below the threshold, that's a fault. You get 3 of those in a row, battery, no fucking good at all. You got to actually replace the board, even if the cells are all good. So Makita, not the greatest. DeWalt, not the greatest. We had a look at the Bosch. The Bosch with the big batteries, not the greatest. The construction wise is quite, struck me as flimsy. That little copper foil, not great. The best battery, I would say, for the prosumer tools is the Milwaukee. Construction wise, they use good cells and they affix them properly and they got good protection and just generally good build quality. The Bosch home gamer, it's all right. The Snap-On, surprisingly, some of the best batteries in the business, very well constructed, solid, and they're not iterating every year. They're not changing them up every year, so they have a very solid design, and they go, you pay for that, and the batteries is the core of the system, of course. The battery is what makes the tool chooch, and you get a shitty battery, you're not gonna make a good tool with a shitty battery. However, having said that, for what you pay for the Snap-On, the build quality, it doesn't seem like it's there. I've had a couple of the cordless tools apart, just not worth that big rape wagon price, what they gouge you. The best tool batteries I have come across are the Hilti. Now this is a professional fleet tool, and I believe, I haven't been down past Trump's wall there. Thus frostbacks aren't allowed, especially with the COVID, but apparently you can buy Hilti now at the homeless death spot. They make a fantastic, robust battery. So if you are looking for the longest longevity battery, there is no question in my mind that the Hilti is up there. It is the best battery. Prosumer-wise, I go with the Milwaukee. I like the Makita tools, but the battery, as I said, 3 strikes you're out. There ain't no recovering. The DeWalt FlexVolt basically ain't no fucking good at all. What else? Oh yeah, and the cheapo ones, what you get online for replacing these, garbage. Absolute garbage. I bought a bunch of these. I had high hopes for them because they look good, but 3, 4, 10 charges, a couple of drops, and dead. Okay, so that's all I have to say about that. I normally don't like to comment on which one is best, and fellas were asking, can you have a look at the batteries? Fuck you, I ain't doing what you ask. And then of course, I'm a private dancer for the patrons, and the patron get asked. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching. Keep your dick in a voice.